where to find different reference positions for backgammon in general. Yeah, I mean, in principle, you can just create your own positions and save them, and then that is your reference position, in principle. Then there are some positions that are very commonly known and very useful to know. So, for example, let me share my screen and put up. Exactly. Can you see the XG board?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So, for example, one very common reference position can be this. You closed out one checker, and one of the persons has, the person that got closed out has 5 checkers off. This, I would say, is a very, very, very well-known reference position. It is basically borderline take pass. This can be one position that is very useful to know, because then you know that if you have, instead of 5 guys off, you had 6 guys off. Oh, then it must be a take. Or I only have 4 guys off. I probably need to pass this cube. So it's often very useful to have references of when something is a borderline take, or also kind of useful to know when something is a borderline double. But borderline take is probably the most important thing to know. So this is a very common one that I think you should all know. If you don't know it already, it's very useful. And then you can expand a little bit on this one. So you can also take another one that's very well known, is that when the person on the bar has 8 checkers off, then it's about a coin flip. It's about 50-50 winning chances. This can also be useful to know. In addition to this, I would say some common references are the ones that arise very, very quickly and early in the game. So say one person splits with a 5-2, gets blitzed with a 5-5, and now the person comes in with either fans or comes in with a deuce, 4 or 5. And then you can check what the cube action is in each of these cases. Similarly, if you blitz early with the double 3s, when someone split with a 5-4 or 5-2, for example, and the person fanned or came in, these are like positions that come up and that you can use. And then you can use your knowledge. Yeah, let me put up one example of such a position. Let's say we have something like this. Yeah, it's like someone split with a 6 here early on, got blitzed with double 5s and fanned. Now we can see that this is probably going to be small pass, I think, or at least very borderline situation again. Yeah, small pass. So if you know that this is a small pass, then you can, for example, say that if you are white and now the position is this, white came in. Yeah, now you know you have a take. Or something is even worse for white, like you have another blot here, it's going to be a monster pass. So you can use your knowledge of these specific positions in other positions that closely resemble these positions as well. But I don't think that there's a general consensus as to what the reference positions of backgammon are. Okay. But some positions are just commonly used as reference positions. For example, the ones that I mentioned now.
Okay, great. Yeah, thanks for clarifying.
I would also like to add that I had the same question, Ola, and many of the very good players in Denmark, and there's many of them, they suggested that I go through the Bill Roberti's book, with the positions, with the, 521 problems or whatever it's called. Yeah. And it's very helpful. And what I do is I do the test and then I let it go 1 week and then I do the test again. And, somehow you play also in the meantime. And then these reference positions kind of like, you remember them, like the pattern recognition and stuff. So I think like Thomas says, that it becomes your own reference position. Like now I know that it's, if they split with a 6-5, then I have to hit, or if they, even if it's a deep point and stuff. So it's when you come down with a 5-2 next time and you have a 6-1, then you don't make the bar point, but you make the 5 point. There's certain things that you just know that you have to play it that certain way,
Okay.
Because sometimes I also find it is just like a rule, like you do it that way, you don't think about it,
Right. I mean, it's reference positions and experience and intuition are somehow related as well, for sure.